2027 across America. It's cold, it's ice, it's snowing. And I know y'all getting ready to quit your weight loss program because this is when y'all do it. Never fear, you don't have to quit. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We have someone who has lost over 700 pounds, honey. You ain't gotta quit. You ain't gotta quit. You not already paid your money to all them people. You might as well keep going and come on over here too and get a little insight. You don't have to quit. You're gonna give yourself some grace, and we're gonna talk about mind over meals. We're gonna talk about 52 weeks. We're gonna talk about grace. We're gonna talk about goals. We're gonna talk about how you really lose weight. It ain't what you think. So grab a pen, grab a pencil, relax, put that candy bar down though. Just put it down. I got my yogurt close to me. I feel righteous. We feel righteous with that yogurt. But that pineapple is in the living room. I just don't want to go get it. I know what you mean too. I know what you mean. This is a no judgment zone. And someone who has had a full career and now feels passionate about taking all of her time, all of her resources to help us understand the game of weight loss. Everybody else just wants your money, wants you to keep on giving you their money for 10, 15 years without true weight loss. Michelle Pettis has written a book called Leading Large. She has done a TED talk. And really, she used the same thing her grandmama taught her. Her grandmama told her, go over there and sit down somewhere. Michelle went down and sat down somewhere and figured out that this thing really can be solved. So bring your smiles. We don't want no sad stories because this is a story of Jubilee. I know my volume is crazy. Thank you so much, Jen. I'm going to try to talk louder. This is a story of Jubilee. This weight loss thing can really be won with a little bit of grace and a little bit of persistence. So we thank Michelle for being with us. She hosts a weekly and a daily support group to help those of us who are in the struggle to learn how to win. So, Jen, make sure you let me know anytime you can't hear me, and I'm going to give the floor over to Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for being with us, helping us enter 2026 so we won't quit.
Oh, Deborah Ann, thank you. Thank you so much for that introduction. I mean, you gave me so many different directions to go in. Uh, but for the limited amount of time that we have this morning, I think I'm gonna go in this direction.
Okay.
You talked about true weight loss,
Okay.
and true weight loss, that really is what we talked about in the group last night.
You sure
So,
did.
Deborah Ann mentioned that we have a free emotional overeating support group that meets live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In order to be a part of that live group, that live discussion where you can meet and talk to me live, you can meet Deborah Ann's there every Monday too at 5 o'clock. You can meet and talk to her, have an actual conversation because we're in a Zoom, it's virtual. Wherever you are, you can log in. But in order to get the login information, you have to join the Facebook group. You have to join my Facebook group, and it is Women Losing Weight Together support group. Women Losing Weight Together. So if you go to Facebook, look up Women Losing Weight Together, join that Facebook group, you will get the link to be able to join the Zoom call for emotional overeaters next Monday. So you come, it is a no judgment zone, just like Deborah Ann. It is where you learn about the principles that guide food, eating, and hunger and our emotional responses to food. Where you learn the principles. And once you learn the principles, once you know, once you understand, then y'all, then you can shift, then you can make a change. And so what has happened? What happened for me for so many years, and Deborah Ann said I lost 700 pounds. I never weighed 700 pounds, y'all. Right? No shame if I did. But what happened with me It's what happens with so many people. I was on that yo-yo. I was on that seesaw. I was on that hamster wheel. I would lose 30 and gain 40. Then I'd lose 40 and gain 50. Then I'd lose 50 and I gained 60. I did that for 40 years. I did that from the time I was 20 until the time I was 60 years old when I finally asked myself the question, why do I want to eat this right now? I was 60 years old before I ever, ever asked the question, why am I eating this right now? Before I ever asked the question, what is food? What is food? Eating it every day. What's the purpose of food? And when I and you know, I'm asking you the question right now. Google it, look it up for yourself. Don't just trust me.
Mhm.
But when I got really clear that food's sole purpose is fuel, it's nutrition, it's nourishment. It is to make my body and my brain more efficient, more productive, to function at a higher level, to nourish my brain and my body. My whole world shifted when I understood that the purpose of food is to make my body and my brain more efficient and function properly. Cell growth and regeneration. That. And then I started to look at all the stuff that I ate, the chips, the nachos, the biscuits, the macaroni and cheese, the pound cake, the white rice, the gravy, all that stuff. None of it was fueling my mind and my body for maximum productivity. Yet it is the food that has been pushed on me. Everything with sugar in it, everything, sweet tea, all of it. It doesn't build our bodies, it breaks down our bodies. So
Mhm.
the work is to eat so that we build that we build our brains and our bodies, that we support them. Yet we have a food culture that pushes stuff on us that not even food, that breaks down our brains and our bodies. And then they try to push medication and surgery on us to fix the stuff that they pushed on us in the first place that caused the harm. And we get trapped in this cycle and we
Mhm.
don't understand why. We don't understand that it's systemic, right? That it's by design, that as long as they keep us sick and confused, not knowing what real food is, not knowing what real hunger is, not knowing how to respond in a way that nourishes us spiritually, mentally, and emotionally and physically, they can control us. And when they control us, they keep us away from our purpose.
Yes.
And when we are kept away from our purpose, we're kept away from our truth. And when we are not living in truth, we are always in pain and discomfort. And we keep reaching for the stuff that's sweetie, salty, fatty, and starchy that does not serve us. And it is an endless cycle until you get the information to learn how to break it. And the way you learn how to break it is you come to the free class on Monday night just to see. Keep listening to Deborah Ann's podcast. Lose weight with me. If you want to go deeper and you want to up level your results, right? Whether you have we we had a woman in the group last night that lost 12 pounds. She's been with me since October. Deborah Ann, you've lost over 300 pounds. So if you've got some weight that you want to lose is between 12 and 300, we got you. And the weight, and I'm not talking about the weight on your body. I'm talking about the weight of shame.
There you go. Come on
I'm
now.
talking about the weight
Come
of
on.
strain,
Yeah.
stress. I'm talking about the weight of anxiety, the
Come
weight
on
of
now.
betrayal, the weight of humiliation, the weight of lack of confidence, of
Yes.
doubt, of unbelief,
Yes.
right? The weight of grief, the weight of fear, the weight of sadness, the weight of anxiety, right? The weight of disappointment, the weight of anger that you don't know how to express because you haven't been taught how to express because we have been taught not to honor our feelings. We have been
So
taught to be
tell them,
strong.
tell them for those who've had the weight loss surgery and for those who've had the shots and the pills, but still feel out of control in their bodies. They
Yeah,
don't know how to make it. They just are so scared they're gonna gain it back, or they have gained it back.
right.
What is the missing formula that they didn't get when they went to get the surgery or the shot? What's that missing formula, Michelle?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the missing formula. We're talking about the fact that until you learn how to manage these emotions,
Mm,
right?
mm,
When you learn how to manage the emotions, look at the emotions, address them, identify them, know it's okay to feel them. Not only okay
yes,
to feel them, but it's imperative to feel them, right? When you allow yourself to do that, give yourself permission to do that in a community that supports you, right?
yes,
That's what the relationship is about. That's what the community is for. That's why we meet together in the group on Monday at 5 o'clock. That's why I have a program for people that for to connect every day who want more support so that we can start having a relationship with one another, a
exactly.
relationship with ourselves, and not trying to have a relationship with food. Because
Food.
we can,
Yes,
food can never have a relationship with us, so we can't have a relationship with it. And that's just deprogramming. That's just more misinformation and lies that this culture has pushed on us that we can have a relationship with food,
yes,
that food can have a relationship with us, that food can satisfy some sort of emotional place that needs healing. Y'all, the way that we heal emotional places and spaces is connection to one another. And this food addiction, this obesity, all this weight all these weight loss gurus out here will try to tell you that it's your fault because you don't have any willpower,
exactly.
self-control, and self-discipline,
Exactly.
that you should try to do it by yourself. Y'all, the way to do it is for us to lock arms
Yes,
and lock hearts with one another and move through this thing together to support one another, lift one another up, pull one another up, right? Say, sis, I've been there, right? You can get to the other side. Here's what I did. Maybe it'll work for you. Here's an idea for you, right? You are not by yourself. You are not alone. If I did it, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Keep on trying. Just because you ate the donut today doesn't mean that you have to eat all 12 of them. Just because you ate the donut today doesn't mean you're going to eat it tomorrow. Okay, eat eat 12 today. Tomorrow eat 11.
there you go.
Tomorrow eat 10. The
There
next
you
day
go.
eat 9.
Yeah,
Right?
there you go.
Just just work understand what's going on. It is a journey and you
Mhm.
can get there. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about moving and making the adjustment. Moving and saying, "Okay, what can I do different next time? What happened? How can I shift the energy? What do I what is this situation teaching me? What do I need to learn? What do I need to learn?" And so that's what this is about. So if you come to that group, I've got a 3-day training coming up, a 3-day retreat, a 3-day workshop that is free,
Mm,
February 17th, 18th, and 19th, for you to join in and get deeper information. If you want to up level to the VIP and get the recordings, get the workbooks, get my book, get a session with me, you can invest in the VIP for $75. And I'm saying invest. You know, we're you know, we have not on a wholesale level been taught to invest in ourselves and our growth and development. So yeah, we'll try to get it for free, but y'all, this is your life.
that's it.
And think about it. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you want to do my 52-week program, it's $97 a month. I don't, that's the price. But I guarantee you this: you sign up for the program, a year from now, you will be unrecognizable. I promise you, your life will change. And how much is it worth to you to reclaim your power? Is it is it worth $97? Is it worth $25 a week? Is it worth a sweater, a pair of shoes, and a skirt? Is it worth that? You
Michelle,
decide.
I wanna say, excuse me for interrupting you. It's two groups of people who I want you to speak to. Somebody told somebody it's too late. They're too old to lose weight. Or you've been that way, you ain't gonna ever be able to get that weight off.
Mhm.
Somebody told somebody that. There are people
Mhm.
who walk around in school, they don't even go to the prom because they talking about they too fat, they can't get the dress.
Mhm.
and they are
Mhm.
17, 18 years old.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
other group I want you to speak to, the people who talking about, well, I'm gonna have to stop eating all the good food I like.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to stop eating all the good food I like. I can't go to the prom because I can't find a dress in my size, and it's too late. I'm too old.
Yeah.
Right.
Love to
So
say, and they love to put it on menopause.
here's the. Let me share this with you. I just had someone sign up for my 52-week program that's 75 years old.
That's right.
We are living longer now than we have ever lived in the past. And the decision is, how do you want your remaining years, how do you want to show up for your remaining years? Do you just want to be here and exist, or do you want to thrive? Yeah, I'm almost 70 years old and my best years are ahead of me.
That's right.
I didn't
And
figure
she's
this out
sexy
until I
too,
was
y'all. She's sexy.
uh, I didn't figure this out until I was 60 years old. So I'm telling you, it is never too late. Long as you got breath in your body,
That's right.
right? As long as you can dream, right? Because here's the reality: if you have your health, you can have unlimited dreams. You can have 1,000 dreams if you have your health. But
Mm-hmm.
if you do not have your health, you have but one. You have but one. And I'm going for the 1,000 dreams. I'm going for the 1,000 dreams until I draw my last breath. My question for you is, what are you going for?
Michelle, what about them people talking about they don't like water?
All right. So I don't like, you keep adding people, Deborah Ann. So now now
They
I don't
in the
I
They
don't
in
I
the
don't I don't like
comments.
water, and I'm gonna give up the foods that I like. I'm gonna give up the foods that I like.
Okay.
So what if it was possible for you to no longer like those foods?
Come on now.
What if it was possible for you to no longer like those foods? If you no longer like those foods, then you wouldn't be giving them up. You would be releasing them. What if those foods start to become distasteful to you? What if you start to understand that those foods are poison? What if you start to understand that those foods are breaking down every cell in your body? What if you start to understand that those foods is breaking down your brain, causing dementia, causing Alzheimer's? What if you start to understand that those foods will cause you to have your limbs cut off? What if you start to understand that those foods lead to blindness? What if you start to believe that those and understand that those foods lead to kidney disease, that those
Come on now.
foods lead to heart failure?
Yes.
So you decide what you want. You decide what you like. What what if you start to when you start to look at those foods, you start to see the truth about them. You start to see something different. Or do you want to give up the sweet potato pie, or do you want to give up a stroke?
Come on now, Michelle. Come on now.
All right, what would you rather have? What would you rather have? Would you rather have the macaroni and cheese, or would you rather have a heart attack?
Mm.
Right? Would you rather have the pound cake, or would you rather have your children pushing you around in a wheelchair because you can't walk?
Come on now.
What do you want? Because the reality is that the food is never the choice. What we eat is just a tool for the life that we want. And you have to decide today, in this moment. And you decide every day what kind of life you want. You decide every day how you want to live, how you want to look, how you want to feel, how you want to show up. You Whether it's conscious or not, your actions support that decision. And food is integral to that. So once you decide, this is a life I want, this is how I want to live, this is how I want to look, this is how I want to feel, then you change your desire to eat the foods that give you that life. Understand that everything that we everything that we eat is either going to cure us or kill us. It's going to heal us or hurt us. And we have a decision. We make a decision every day. I want to be cured and healed, or I want to be hurt or die from disease.
Michelle, yesterday in week group we talked about being lied to, and it also reminded me of in the conference, the obesity conference, they gave us the word social psychology. The more you hear something, you believe it, whether it's true or not. So
Absolutely.
have we been being lied to about weight and health and all the stuff?
Of course we have. Of course we have. That's why this workshop that's coming up in February is so important. That workshop is called Lose the Lies, Lose the Weight.
Okay.
Lose the lies, because what has manifested on our bodies, this extra weight, this weight that we carry, is a result of the lies that we have been fed.
Yes.
The lies that we have been fed since before we were born.
The
Y'all,
food pyramid is a lie, isn't it, Michelle?
tell me this. Why is there sugar in baby formula?
Come on now,
Why? Why sugar? Why is there sugar in baby formula?
because it costs $10 a
Mhm.
barrel. And they want to
Right,
get you addicted. Why is there sugar in the
right.
South you get from fast food restaurants?
It's in everything, and
Mm,
it's more addictive than cocaine. Nobody tells us that.
yes.
Nobody. They just tells us it's a treat, and
And
so
then
we
they
think it's a
blame
treat.
us.
We have been lied to. Nobody tells us that it's poison.
Yes.
Nobody. We don't get that. We just get that it's sprinkles, that it's colorful, right? It's everywhere. It's in ketchup, for God's sake. Why? It's in people cook greens and put sugar in greens. Why? People cook potato salad, not potato salad, spaghetti sauce and put sugar in that. Why? Why?
Mhm.
So yeah, we have been lied to, but we don't have to continue to accept the lies. We can, because this is our health, this is our life. We have been told that the only way to make a decision about what we're going to eat is what it tastes like. I'm here
Yes.
to tell you that the first decision is it safe,
Yes.
and how do you know it's safe?
Yes.
Because there are plenty of foods that they're being sold that's being sold in grocery stores and these health food stores that they call health food organic stores, restaurants, high end restaurants, hotels, gourmet restaurants. There's plenty of stuff that's been sold to us that's in the green packages that looks healthy that's not.
Mm.
We got to do our own research, because your life depends on it. Your life, when you understand that what you eat, because we've been tricked into thinking that food needs to be convenient, that it needs to be fast, that it needs to be quick, that we don't have time to cook. I mean, think about that. If when you think about it, it's just cooking, right? But when you think about that, the act of preparing a meal is you are preparing to nurture your life and your soul. You're preparing to nurture your brain and your body. Who on earth says, I don't have time to nourish my brain and my body?
Mm-hmm.
Have,
Or
have
what's
we
the
been
other
so
big
lied
lie they
to?
tell us? That
Have we?
good food costs too much. That's another big lie.
It is. It is a big lie.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you understand that the purpose of food is nutrition and nourishment, if you understand that, and if you also understand that the package and processed food is stripped of nourishment,
Yes.
you can never ever eat enough Doritos, enough chips. You can never ever eat enough potato chips to get the nourishment that you can get in a potato.
And what does
It,
eating nourished food do for our brains?
absolutely. Our brains need nourishment. Our brains need the nutrients. Our brains need all of the vitamins, all the minerals that's found in food to function at a high level, so that we can make sound decisions, so that we're not vulnerable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the processed food strips us of that.
That's right.
It strips us of our ability to be conscious. And they want us unconscious because when we're unconscious and unaware, we make decisions that are rooted in confusion and ignorance, and then
Exactly.
they can control us.
Exactly.
And they can control us. But if you don't want to be controlled, if you're going to reject the lies, if you want to take your power back, then what I want you to do is sign up for that 3-day workshop, lose the lies,
It's in the
lose the
description.
weight,
Please do.
join. It's in there. The information and the link is in Deborah's community. Get my book, Leaving Large: The
It's in the
Stories of a Food
description.
Addict. This is the 5-year anniversary of it. I'm so excited. We got some big things
Congratulations.
coming up. We're going to be in New York at the Harlem Book Festival in August, talking on stage about it.
Oh,
Five
wow.
year 5 years, y'all. This book has helped so many. It is a great starting place. You order it from me at leavinglarge.com. I will sign it. I will sign it and send it back to you and send it to you. That'll make you a part of this community because this is about to be a movement.
Yes.
This taking your life back, taking your power back, leaving large it is becoming a food story movement because when you get to your story, when you get to your truth, and you start looking at the beliefs that have kept you trapped, and you understand that rewriting those beliefs, shifting those beliefs can free you, it's a movement. Because I'm here to tell you, as long as we are slaves to food, we'll never be free. As long
I
as we're
believe it.
slaves to food, we'll never be free. But if you want your freedom, sign up for that workshop, 3 day. All I want is your life worth 3 hours? Because that's all it is an hour day. I might go longer because sometimes I get talky. Right. So maybe it might be an hour and 15 minutes. All right, for
Mm-hmm.
3 days.
Yes.
If you want to go deeper, schedule some time with me. I'll
Yes.
tell you about my 52-week program that is changing lives. I
Mm.
I guarantee you I'll change your life. I won't change your life. You'll change your life. I'll give you the tools to change your life. I'll teach you the skills. I'll show you how to do it because you have the power to do it, but no one's ever told you how to do it. No one's ever showed you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. You'll meet the people whose lives have been changed. But you show up for yourself, you show up for others, and we meet every day. You know why we meet every day? Because we're assaulted every day from this toxic food environment that wants to strip us of our power. Because you likely, like I did, have decades of, of toxic thoughts in your mind that you need to overcome, that you have to address and deal with every day. But we got something for that. We got affirmations for that. We have visualizations for that. We have meditations for that. We have prescriptive writing prompts for that that allow you to get your brain back because your body follows your brain. You want to get on top of this eating, you want to get on top of this hunger, you want to get on top of that, you want to lose weight, you want your body, you want your body to change your brain first. Change your mind first.
Let me share this with them, Michelle, as well. The first principle that Michelle taught us was to believe that you can lose weight. If you don't do anything else, tell yourself, I believe that I can lose weight. That's the first step. We ain't ask you what your mama said. We ain't ask you how much you gained and lost. We ain't ask you all of that. We asked you just like Jesus asked you when you want to be a Christian, dying on the cross, or you get baptized. Do you believe? Do you believe that you can lose weight? And even if you don't really believe it, but you do really want to lose weight, say you believe it. And the more you say it, you gonna doggone believe it. Don't say
That's
I'm a,
it.
don't say all that foolishness we say. Don't say but I. Just say I believe. Just like I
Believe.
believe Jesus died on the cross for my sins. I believe that I can lose weight. That's the first step.
I believe.
Now,
That's it.
Michelle, we only have a few seconds left. What them people talking about? They don't like water. But they don't like water. Good sports psychology. What you
So
got?
so
Coca
y'all
Cola?
so okay, so here y'all, water is the secret. Water is the secret sauce. Water is the secret juice because it is with the water that we flush the toxins out of our body. When I was a little girl, my grandmother, you need to TT. You know TT, right? Right. You need to go TT. But y'all, every time you TT, every
Mhm.
time you TT and you've
Mhm.
had a lot of water, you are losing the weight. That's how the energy transforms and comes out of your body. All that excess, the water flushes it out. So the more you're in the bathroom, if you're drinking a glass of water every hour and you're in the bathroom every hour, that means you are losing weight every hour.
Mhm. And some of
And
the
I used to not
funniest
wanna
thing,
drink the water. I used to not wanna drink the water 'cause I'm always in the bathroom. I didn't even understand that. I didn't even know that. Y'all, it's the water. Drink lots of it because it accelerates. It accelerates the weight loss because the water is just going in there and it is flushing it out. That's what it's doing.
yeah,
Right, and if you don't like water, okay, put a little apple slice in your water, right?
yeah,
Put a little cucumber in your water. Put a little
honey,
squeeze a put a slice of orange in your water, right? But just start put tea, drink. I'm not a big water drinker either. I don't like it that much myself, but I put some vanilla in my water. I drink lots of tea. Like, my new favorite is turmeric. Turmeric.
yeah, yeah,
Lots of turmeric with oatmeal. Turmeric tea with oatmeal. Lots of ginger, lots of lemon and ginger. I said with
mhm,
oatmeal, but with oat milk, right?
yeah,
Beer. Big big cup. Big cup of, well, this was hot chocolate. Right? This
yeah.
was my hot protein drink.
And
But
for
yeah,
me, I want you to explain because like for me, I have so much weight to lose. But one of the things that you said that really helped me is that and you have to say it the better way. I didn't gain this weight all at once. And the first thing that happens before I lose it on my thighs is I have to lose it in my brain. Can you help us understand that
yes,
concept?
yes,
Because I know a
yes,
lot of people like me, they not saying nothing, but they watching. They'll put a little comment, I'm just like you. I'm like, you can say it,
yes,
but they don't
yes,
know how they're gonna lose 400,
yes,
500 pounds.
yes,
They don't
yes.
know.
Yeah, yeah. So, what you're talking about is the fact that every extra ounce of anything we have on our body, every extra ounce that I had for all those years was a manifestation of something going on that I mentally did not know how to handle. There was some sort of stress, there was some sort of anxiety, there was some sort of fear, there was some sort of stuff that was happening in my life on a daily basis that I didn't recognize. And it was putting me in a place of pain and discomfort. And I was self-medicating with food, thinking unconsciously that food can handle it. And so what was showing up on my body was unprocessed situations that I did not know how to navigate. So if you see somebody struggling, if you're struggling, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, "Look at all this extra weight. Where did this come from?" It's not time to blame yourself. All it means is there's some stuff going on in your life that you don't know how to figure out, and you think food is the answer.
Yeah,
What we see on our body is a manifestation of some stuff that's going on that we haven't figured out how to deal with. And when you figure out how to deal with the stuff, when you figure out that food is not the answer to the thing, then you can start to release it from your body. And what happens is that we gain the weight in our head before we ever gain it, before it ever shows up in our body. We have to lose it the same way. So when we learn how to manage the stress, when we learn how to the anxiety, when we learn how to handle the fear, when we learn how to handle the people pleasing, when we learn how to say yes And when we learn how to say no instead of yes, when we stop worrying about other people's expectations, whether or not people are going to like me, whether all the overwhelm, when we start to learn how to do that rather than going to the food, that is all mental work. That is all stuff that is in our head. Once we learn how to do those things, then we don't have to use the food to try to cope with it. So we lose it in our heads and it was released from our bodies. And y'all, here's the other big okey doke. All right, here's
Mhm.
a big hoax is that all the weight loss industry will say lose 5 pounds in a week, lose 10 pounds in a week, lose 30 pounds this week, lose it fast. I mean, fast weight loss. We don't gain it fast.
That's it.
We gain it bit in little bitty lies along the way that keep adding up. And we will lose it when we start to accessing little bits of truth, little bits of our own truth, reclaiming little bits of our own truth that will add up in the end to a big, big story, to a big, big transformation. A transformation doesn't happen like boom. It happens a little bit at a time, a day at a time, a truth at a time, an emotion at a time. That's why in that 52-week program, every week we unpack a different emotion, and I guarantee you, at the end of 52 weeks, you will never, ever, ever, ever confuse an emotion with hunger again. You'll know what to do. You won't eat when you're feeling sad. You won't eat when you're lonely. You won't eat when you're bored. You won't eat when you're feeling overwhelmed. You won't eat when because you'll get practice, you'll get support. You'll have other things to do to solve the problem.
Yes.
That's why people eat when they're bored because they don't know what else to do. They don't know. Yeah, right. That's why people eat when they're lonely because they don't know what else to
Yes.
do.
And sometimes what you need to do is rest.
Yep.
Because sometimes when something happens that's emotional, you need to rest to give your body a chance to reset. And
Yes.
then you come because you've been eating really good food, your brain will say, it's okay. We're going to do one step at a time, not two. We're going to have some coffee, have some tea for hydration, and we're going to face the situation. And you don't
Mhm.
ever have to. I was almost willing to just feel bad for the rest of my life until I met someone in Atlanta who told me about this class. I was exercising for 2 years. I couldn't stop eating food that didn't honor my body because I was stressed. And my coach came in every day with his gallon of water. He gave me grace. And when I was starting to losing weight every day and every week and every month. He says, there you go. Because he knew that if he gave me grace and I gave myself grace, I would get to that point.
Mhm.
And so now I'm dealing face on with my anxiety, depression. I like to say feelings of low, but they call it depression in the medical community. Self worth, and also procrastination and anxiety. And I have urinary incontinence. That's just because I'm scared to death. Now, of course, my house burned down. That's a reason to be scared. Don't worry, I got a new one. See, I got a new one. But it's okay. And just
Mhm.
as sure as I say, I believe I can lose weight, I know that there is going to come a day when I don't feel so much self doubt because I believe I can lose weight.
Mhm.
And you can lose weight, and I can lose weight. Losing weight feels better than your knees hurting all the time,
Right. Right.
than your back hurting all the time.
Right.
And you get your new push up bra. And you can have fun like you used to and don't have to worry about aches and pains.
Yes.
Because just as sure as you keep going, motion is the new lotion. There is no such a thing as you don't feel like it. You don't feel like it because you're way down in your mind and you're way down in your body.
Mhm. Deborah Ann, did we lose you? Did we lose you? Well, I'm not sure where she is right now, but I will echo what Deborah Ann said, that motion is the new lotion, right? We want to move. We want to move. I mean, think about it. Remember, um, I remember when, I was in high school and we go to the basketball game, and a player would like miss a free shot or miss a free throw or make a bad play, right? And the crowd would be like, "Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off," right? I mean,
Okay.
and the reality is we really can. We can shake off bad feelings. But we need to get up and move in order to do it. So, I mean, it is so all connected. So, we just, we make a misstep, we shake it off and we keep on stepping. That's what we do. We shake it off and we keep on stepping. We keep on stepping to that 5 o'clock group on Sunday. We keep on stepping to that 52-week program.
Right.
We keep on stepping to buying that book, Leaving Larger
Right.
Stories on Food Addict. We
Watching
keep
the
on stepping to
storehouse.
sign up. Yeah, we keep on stepping to watching that TED Talk, right? We keep on stepping to signing up for the 3-day workshop, Lose the Weight,
Yeah.
Lose the Lies. These are all part of the steps. We keep on stepping to downloading Mind Over Meals, which takes
Yeah.
you through the 8 principles of transformation, beginning with the one that Deborah Ann talked about, beginning with belief. If you download that PDF, go through those 8 steps, that's it'll change your life.
Yes.
It'll give you a glimpse into what's possible. And that is like my biggest wish for you, that you get a glimpse into what's possible for you.
Oh, we thank you so much, Michelle. We appreciate you. I am a testimony of your direct facilitating in my life. I appreciate it. And I just want anybody out there to know that there is hope. And if you don't have hope, you don't have nothing. The PDF,
Yeah.
look in the description, you'll see those hashtags leaving large, and one of them is the PDF. So look under this view, and there's the description in the comments. I mean in the under the description. Look in there, you'll see it. I posted it in there.
Mind over meals.
Yeah, it's in there. It's 4 hashtags. It's right there. So everybody, thank you. We're here weekly and we are here frequently. So we will look forward to seeing you again, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you for the work you're doing, the classes you're teaching in the churches, the conferences you're speaking at, your TED Talk, your book, your poetry. Thank you for your guest appearances in libraries across the nation. Thank you for going and showing up in conferences, giving the medical community and the psychology community and the education community an additional viewpoint that is real. And we
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you,
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Deborah
Thank
Ann, for
you.
the space that you hold for all
You're
of us.
welcome.
Appreciate
Mm,
you so much.
okay.
All right.
You appreciate. No, it's not an app. It's just look in the description. Look under this viewpoint. It's right there. Just just scroll down and look. It's there. Peace and hair grease, everybody. We appreciate you. Bye bye.